Over the weekend, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, showed up in an Instagram post from her brand As Ever, wearing this fierce Heidi Merrick Marion slip dress in the shade of burgundy. People have not stopped talking about it, and it has been days. So, of course, we got to get caught up in today's Sussex style. So, let's get started. Thank you for clicking on my video, and if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Today, we have to talk about Meghan's Heidi Merrick Marion slip dress in burgundy, the one she wore in the As Ever Instagram post over the weekend. But before we get into this and the article from Marie Claire, if you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Once again, this article is in Marie Claire, written by Amy McElden, titled Meghan Sussex delivers her take on the nostalgic slip dress trend while serving As Ever's Brut champagne. The Duchess of Sussex embraces a 90s-inspired style loved by celebs. Long before she joined the royal family, Meghan Sussex started carving out her style aesthetic. Since moving to Montecito, California, and founding her lifestyle company As Ever, the Duchess of Sussex has refined her closet even further to include business staples and elevated casuals, which work for both hosting at home or attending a function. Meghan's latest outfit is sure to inspire a plethora of copycat looks, particularly as she delivers her own take on the celeb-beloved slip dress trend. The official As Ever account shared a new Instagram post with the caption, "A simple hosting tip we always return to." The caption continued, "Chill your Brut well, pour slowly, and finish with a few fresh raspberries for garnish. Effortless, unfussy, and just celebratory enough for an easy evening in or before a fun night out." For the occasion, the Duchess of Sussex wore Heidi Merrick's Marion slip dress in burgundy. Here's the photo here. Oh, that is gorgeous. And I love how roomy it is. It's also not too shiny. Sometimes with slip dresses, it can catch light a little bit too much for my liking. This is perfect. It's got a little bit of a glare, a little bit of a glisten, but it is just not shiny. That's probably because the materials are quality. And I love this photo because while Meghan is not centered, she absolutely is a staple in this, and she matches the raspberries. So there's this color coordination in all of the photo. I think this was such a well-designed photo or well-curated shoot. This is absolutely beautiful. This is absolutely making me want more episodes of With Love Meghan, though. Meghan, you're not helping with my withdrawals. Sadly, the $495 dress is sold out in Meghan's deep wine shade, but remains available in several other colors. The slinky slip dress features black adjustable tie straps and a side slit, and works for meeting friends or an evening out. Well, that depends on how high that slit is where I'll be meeting those friends. We might have to stay at home if I'm giving them too much thigh. In additional Instagram snaps, the Duchess of Sussex popped a bottle of As Ever's 2021 vintage Napa Valley Brut, which retails for $89. She served the delectable sparkling wine with a custom-made As Ever ice cube. That is so cute. Oh, I love that. And here's a clip of the ice cubes. Oh my God. Now see, this is a level of detail that I would not have even thought of. I would have thought I was doing something with some crushed ice from Sonic, not Meghan showing me up. I know that's right, girl. As for Meghan's burgundy slip dress, it's sure to inspire a plethora of royal watchers and 90s trend fans alike. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't realize this was a 90s trend. I feel like the slip dress is just one of those, kind of like the naked dress, or just like one of those staples that doesn't really have an era. Sure, it may have become popular in the 90s, so maybe that's what she means. But in my opinion, the slip dress is just a forever iconic staple. It's always going to work. I especially love slip dresses when I want a night out, but I want to be comfortable. I want to be a little cute, a little sexy, what have you, but I want to be comfortable because they are notoriously comfortable. I also like slip dresses for around the house because if not, I'm probably going to end up wearing a little muumuu or something. So the fact that slip dresses or just silk dresses in general are an option for like lounge wear now, that has probably saved me a lot of very ugly looks because when I'm at home, I want to be comfortable. I love the idea of having a nice silk or silk satin dress that looks good. I can wear it around the house and feel comfortable, but then I can also get up and go and still look really nice and suitable for wherever I'm going. But I didn't realize this was considered a 90s staple. I just kind of look at the slip dress as kind of a staple. And I don't know that it can be defined by an era or a decade. But you guys let me know, do you have a go-to slip dress in your wardrobe? Even better, do you have the Heidi Merrick Marion slip dress in your wardrobe? Let me know if I have some divas in the audience. Come to the front. Clearly somebody has it because it's sold out. But do you have it in any other color? Let me know. I also, before I go, I love that Amy Mackledon roped in one of Meghan's older looks where she wore burgundy. This was a red carpet night. And I love this dress. I've actually used it in a couple of my style rundowns when we talked about some of Meghan's iconic looks. This has shown up mostly because while I like the dress, I absolutely love her hair in this photo. And I've talked about this a couple of times, just body, yada, yada. I love the hair in this photo as well as that color. Gorgeous on her skin tone. Anyway, you guys let me know, do you have the Heidi Merrick slip dress or do you have a go-to slip dress in your wardrobe? And if so, do you consider this a staple of the 90s or do you think this is just one of those things that everybody or every woman needs in her wardrobe? Let me know in the comment section or live chat below. Thank you so much for watching the SharionSade YouTube channel. I appreciate you watching my content. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video by hitting the thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to comment along the way. If you feel so inclined, please don't forget to share so that more people can find us. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Now let's get back to the video. I did a little digging, and thanks to Vogue, I've now become enlightened on the history of the iconic slip dress. Now, I'm not surprised that I hadn't really researched this before, simply because I was born in the 80s and this became a big staple in the 90s as outerwear. In my world, it's always been there and it's always been worn as outerwear. But now that I've gotten a little history, I'm finding out the slip dress has been a little salacious in the past. We've evolved. But I read through the history and I linked the articles below for anyone who wants to do a little deep dive of their own. But basically, the slip dress came about in the 20s as an undergarment to help flapper dresses hang properly. And then in the 90s, because all iconic things happened in the 90s, a bunch of high-end designers like Calvin Klein and John Galliano used it as outerwear. And since then, it has become a staple. Now, I have to say, I love a good slip dress, but I also am prone to silk and satin. I love fabrics like that, but especially silk that just feel good on my skin. And the older I get, the less tolerance my skin has for low quality fabrics. I don't know what it is about aging, but it's like the older I get, the more discernment my skin gets. A couple of years ago, I learned this in the worst way too. A couple of years ago, I went to celebrate my birthday at the Versace Mansion in South Beach. It's called something else, but everybody still refers to it as the Versace Mansion. And so the dress that I wanted still hadn't arrived. So I was like, okay, I'll buy something that can get overnighted. And it was so cute in the picture. And I was like, okay, cool. So I buy this very cute pink dress with these peplum sleeves and this cute little skirt, whatever. And it's just adorable. Very cute. Up until that point in my life, the only fabric that had ever bothered me was wool. But outside of that, I could wear anything. And I was one for Fashion Nova finest. So I did not care what it was made out of at that time. And that is what actually got me to start not only shopping sustainably, but also paying attention to the fabrics that I wore and paying for quality items. This incident right here. So I wear this cute little pink dress. And while it's not the most comfortable dress, this fabric isn't wonderful, but it's not something that's distracting at all. So I was like, okay, it's fine. So we go to the Versace Mansion. It is humid as heck. My birthday's in September. It's very humid. The hostess at first sat us by the pool. Obviously that didn't work because we were both in really nice clothes and we were like, actually, can we sit inside with the AC? So we go inside, but that was it. The humid and the little bit of sweat, it just seemed like it activated and my whole body broke out in hives for the first time in my life at 33. I didn't even know my body did hives. Okay. Like I didn't even know. Whenever I wore wool, I just knew I couldn't bother with wool because it itched, but I've never broken out in anybody's hive. I thought I was dying. And so as I'm sitting there, I'm slowly just starting to get these little burning itch sensations on my arm and on my back. And then I'm starting to see welts on my chest. And I'm like, okay, are you seeing? And my husband is like looking at me and his eyes are wide as all outside. And he was like, are you okay? Like, did you brush up against one of these plants? Like, what happened? I was like, I don't know. I'm just started hurting all over and it itches real bad. And so we finished dinner. I put some ice. I like literally took a little handful of ice, went to the bathroom and like rubbed it over the harshest spots so that I could finish dinner. And so I go back out. I'm okay. But when we got home, I like literally threw that dress off of me and jumped in the shower, messed up my little silk press and everything. I just needed to get bathed. And so I took a bath in antibacterial soap because at the time I didn't know. We were even like, is it a spider bite? I've never had hives before. And so my husband picks up the dress off the floor, child. It was practically polyester and paper mache blend. It was just, the dress was horrible. But anyway, he picks it up and he's looking at the label and he was like, okay, you can't wear any of these fabrics again because whatever the hell that was came from this. And so I soothed, I was fine. I can't remember. I think it was called calamine lotion. I put like calamine on myself and I was fine the next morning. But that is how I found out I couldn't wear polyester anymore. And so, and being that we were living in Miami, humidity is a given. So I was like, I can't risk it. So since then, I have since started paying attention to my fabrics and only purchasing quality pieces, but also I shop eco-friendly and sustainably now. So that doesn't happen now. But at the time, I didn't even know my skin would break out in anything. I've never broken out before. But for a minute there, your girl was a goner. And it doesn't help that it was humid, so my hair had messed up anyway. But anyway, I shared that to say that is when I started purchasing more cashmere sweaters and more silk, everything else, like silk or even silk satin, everything else, and only 100% cotton. Those are really the only fabrics I will purchase at this time. And so I have several slip dresses in my wardrobe for around the house, and they're just so comfortable, but I know that they're skin safe and I'll be okay. And also, having this little interaction, now my husband doesn't blink when he's like, goodness, your clothes are so expensive. And I'm like, I mean, we gotta, make sure I don't break out again. I gotta buy this cashmere. I have to. I gotta do my part for the cause. So anyway, I am now hyper aware of the fabrics that touch my skin because if I'm not, my skin will let me know. So y'all let me know. Is that something y'all notice too? For those of you who are 40 or over, is that something you've noticed as you've gotten older, your skin is starting to be a little bit more bougie? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, that is all I have for y'all today. It was such a pleasure to kind of return to another Sussex style. This is absolutely my favorite topic to touch on. And we've kind of had some drama-filled weeks. We've kind of been going through a lot over here on this channel. We've been talking about the heavy stuff. So I wanted to start the week off with something a little light. And what better than to talk about Meghan's impeccable fashion? If you have a garment or an outfit or a dress or something that you want me to talk about this week regarding Meghan's fashion, let me know. Email me at hellosharing@gmail.com. I really miss Sussex styles. And because we've had so many hot topics to talk about, I've kind of moved away from them and I just want to move right on back. So y'all let me know, are there any garments, outfits, looks, what have you that you want to talk about regarding Meghan and her aesthetic? We will talk about it. Email me at hellosharing@gmail.com. So that is all I have for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Meghan, your Heidi Merrick Marion dress looked absolutely phenomenal. For those of you who are listening or watching, if you have the Heidi Merrick Marion dress, if you're one of the lucky ones who was able to snag it before it sold out, or if you have another color, let me know in the comment section below. Thank y'all so much for watching. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.